Yes, people, it's your boy Benjamin. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Um, let's get started on my thoughts of today. I am approaching the third week of me maintaining a consistent structure in a few different key elements of my life. And the motivation phase has definitely faded. It's the run of motivation has, passed. The phase that I'm currently in is a phase of structured discipline, and I am learning a few things as I'm going along. One of the things that I am having to come to terms with is the fact that I cannot control my mood at all times. This is a very frustrating fact to me because if it was up to me, I'd be in a positive mood all the time. But I've quickly figured out that that is out of my control. As of now, anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know what the future holds, but right now, at this present moment in time, I've realized that my moods are out of my control, and sometimes my moods may lead me to slightly pivoting off my main mission, you know? And this isn't inherently a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a thing, you know what I mean? It's just something that happens. You get it? So, but in Benjamin fashion, I overthink when I'm in these situations and dig deeper to find any way that I can improve from these quote unquote setbacks, or like J. Cole would say, fall off. When I fall off, whether that be diet, whether that be gym, whether that be morning routine, whether that be relationships with maintaining relationships with family or people, what used to be the case is I dwell on these mistakes, and by dwelling on these mistakes I would entertain the space that I'm in, whether that be considered a dark space or, the sunken place. I'd entertain that space, you understand? What I mean by that in simpler terms is, however my mood was, I'd cater to the rhythm of that mood, let's say I'm sad, or I'm feeling defeated, or I've cheated on my diet, I will continue to feed that space. So by continuing to commit to those actions that led me to this space, you know what I mean? So saying like I've cheated on my diet, I'd continue to eat cheat foods. If I'm sad or depressed, I'd continue to listen to music that would stimulate these moods, and rather more time reinforce the state that I'm already in. And I don't know if I'm the only one who does this, but it was definitely something that the past me was doing a lot. But I realized that that just extends the period of time where I am caught up in this place, which I probably don't want to be in. If I ask myself, do you want to be in this place, in this space that you're in? The answer is no, because I know where I'd rather be, which is, continuing to move forward in the tasks that make me feel more fulfilled within myself, because I am on a journey, so the point I'm trying to make is there was a period of time where I realized something. I realized that I didn't have to reinforce this mood. That I, although I didn't have the power to control these bad moods happening when they did, I did have the power to control how long I remained in these spaces, how long I remained in the fall off space or the setback phase. And it was I summarized it into 3 stages. Yeah. I've summarized the comeback into 3 stages. The 3 stages are consistency, momentum, and confidence. I'm going to repeat that again. The 3 stages are consistency, momentum, and confidence. So let's deep dive into that. While you're in a place, let's call it the sunken place, yeah, as in a reference from Get Out, the movie Get Out. While you're in the sunken place, while you're in a dark place, you do have the ability to get out, but it starts with a forceful movement, a forceful push out of that state of mind. Let's just call it a mental prison, yeah, because that's what it is. When you're in these kind of moods in these places, it's a mental prison. You're caged in. And in order for you to remove yourself from this cage, it's so simple, but the main key ingredient or step, which is funny, but yeah, the main key ingredient or step to move away from this prison is literally in the word is in everything I was saying, is to make a move. You have to move. And the thing is, when you're in these dark places, sometimes moving is like one of the hardest things to do. Like the things that we do when we are in a better place that are normally very easy to do can be some of the hardest things to do when we've been stuck. But it makes sense though. You know what I mean? Like moving in quicksand is more difficult than moving on concrete. You understand what I'm saying? Like moving in quicksand is harder than moving on the pavement. You get it? So you got to look at your mood as like a type of terrain. But I've never been in quicksand myself, but I'm sure that it is possible to move. You know what I mean? The only thing is that you're gonna need something to lift you up as you're moving. So when you're in a dark place, I'd suggest finding something that motivates you, finding someone that motivates you. Doesn't have to be like someone in your immediate circle. It could be someone who you find inspiring on YouTube, or a movie that you find inspiring. Play that movie. For me, like a movie I find inspiring is Coach Carter. So it could be a movie that you find inspiring. Play it. At first you're not gonna feel it, but the more you watch it, the more you're gonna get that boost in yourself to want to, for lack of better words, fly again. Yeah. So yeah, that's the first step. Don't feel ashamed to rely on something, an external source, to give you the boost that you need to move forward, because you're going to need that initial push. It's going to have to be a forceful push, and if you don't have that force within you, you're going to have to find it from somewhere else. But I don't want you to look down on yourself for needing an external source to find that push, because the fact that you are going out of your way to tune into an external force is already something that you're taking the initiative to do. So you're already it's really coming from you. You could put that energy in the opposite direction and play more things that are going to keep you in this dark space, but you're choosing not to. You're choosing to change the frequency and put something on that's going to elevate you. So you're doing that. Although yes, it's an external source that you're gauging energy from or taking energy from, you're using your initiative to put that on. So well done to you when you do that. Now that's going to motivate you to want to move. And the movement doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get up and go straight to do what you have to do, but it's going to implant a seed into you that's going to be buried in your conscience or your consciousness, that's going to keep fueling things in you to recognize more things around you that are in the direction that you want to go in, if that makes sense. So, after watching a movie, you might start being aware of how messy your home is, and you might start recognizing how messy your home is, and you might say, oh, you know what, like, this needs to get cleaned up. This needs to get cleaned up. I could clean this up. And then you start with one thing, which leads you to wanting to clean up the next thing, which leads you to clean up the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And then you're making your bed, and then before you know, like, your whole home is clean. After your home is clean, you might say to yourself, all right, I need to be clean now. It's time to have a shower. I'm getting in the shower now, taking care of myself. Once you're showered, you're feeling a bit better. You brush your teeth, you're feeling a bit better. You now say to yourself, right, like, if you work out, it's like, oh, I want to go to the gym now. Even if you don't go to the gym, I want to do some press-ups. I want to do something that physical to re-engage my body back in a better space. So you do some push-ups in your home. The first day, the second day, it's I'm going to the gym. You go to the gym, you work out. You may not have a super intense workout, but the fact that you've made the effort to go to the gym now is giving you a bit more confidence. And before you know, you're in the second stage. You're entering the second and third stage of the three stages that I spoke about. The consistency of doing something, of cleaning up one place and cleaning up one place and cleaning up everywhere, and then cleaning yourself up leads to the momentum. understand? So it leads to the momentum, and then the momentum will lead you to having more confidence, and then the confidence will lead back into consistency, and then back into momentum, and then back into confidence, and it's just one big cycle. You understand? But it all starts with movement. Yeah, it all starts with movement. You just have to take that first step, and you're going to be reluctant to take that first step. I find myself reluctant to take that first step, but I've done it so many times that I know that this 3 stages is like concrete. I found it now. It's concrete. You know, the consistency does lead to momentum. The momentum does lead to confidence, and it's back around again. So every time I do find myself falling off, I'm less what's the word I'm looking for? Every time I find myself falling off, I'm less critical of myself, because I know that I'm going to reach the 3 stages again, and I'm going to be right back where I need to be. So instead of looking at it like a fall off, I tend to look at it as like, oh, your system is taking a break. You know, maybe your system is picking up something that you're not picking up, and it's time for you to take a break. And it's not the end of the road. It's just the beginning of another road. You get it? So, yeah, man. Just remember what I'm saying about 3 stages: consistency, momentum, and then confidence. Recognize that as like a mental framework for your life. Recognize that these 3 stages will occur even when you're not mentally aware of them. I just got to a point where I was aware of it. You know what I mean? I've been recording and journaling for so long now. I'm like, these stages actually happen like frequently. You know what I mean? There's never been a fall off that I've encountered where the comeback hasn't had something to do with these 3 stages. So I'm just pointing it out there because I wish someone had made me aware of these 3 stages, you know. But that's what I'm here for, to make you aware of them, and to let you know that if you do find yourself in a place where you're not particularly happy and you're not doing things that you deep down want to be doing, I don't want you to beat yourself up. I want you to go find a book, write down the 3 stages, write down consistency, write down momentum, and write down confidence, and know that consistency starts with a step, and the step leads to another step, which leads to momentum, and then the momentum of walking leads to the confidence in, you know, moving forward. So yeah, I also want to say thank you to everybody who has been paying attention to my YouTube channel and showing me love, leaving likes, leaving comments, subscribing. To all my new subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I hope that this content meets you well. If it's something that you're interested in, leave a like, leave a comment, letting me know, and I'll produce more videos like this. Not every video is going to be strictly fitness based or in the gym. Some videos will be like this, where I'm just talking and sharing the things that I'm discovering within my own mental capacity, if we can call it that. Yeah. Anyway, it's your boy Benjamin. I hope you're well. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are. Peace.